we're gonna do it. We're going to talk about soul contracts today. Whew, that's a big energy. So I have my guides available. James, Abigail, Shadira. Footprints. I hear footprints. Whew. Hi, guys. Just lighting some Palo Santo. Bringing some nice energy in. Some sweet grass. Because it smells amazing. Hi, Mary Beth. Hi. Dawn, Miranda, Monica. So I've got my subscribers. Woo in the house. How is everybody? Hi, Sue. Hi, Kimberly. Hi, Deb. Warm and sunny. Oh, yeah, it's nice and sunny here, too. It's fairly warm. It's been, I think, in the lower 70s. Hi, Joanne. Hi, Deanna. Hi, Tanya. I don't know why my voice goes so damn high. Diana. Hello. Elizabeth. Hello. Tammy Jansen from West Bend, Wisconsin. Hi, Tammy. Oh my God. Tanya, when you said greetings, I was like, greetings, Earthlings. And if you're a subscriber, you get that. Sherry, hi. Sam, hi. Samantha. Sean, howdy, lady. Carol, Miss Debbie. How are you? How you doing? Tanya, hi. Tina Cassius. West Bend, north of Milwaukee. So tonight we're going to talk a little bit about soul contracts, because when I talk about them, sometimes people look at me like I'm lost my shit. Well, and I have. I actually had a lady on here yesterday who told me I was crazy. I am. And if you've met me, you realize this to be true. But I have had some pretty crazy experiences, so there's that. So let's jump into soul contracts. Oh, Dawn is a first timer. Welcome, Dawn Phillips. Shepherd, welcome. Okay. So, Miranda, how is Kinsey? Oh, she's in the bedroom. She's being reactive. My granddaughter is here this week, and she's caught Kinsey off guard a couple times. So, since she's outside playing, enjoying the fresh air, Kinsey can be out with her. I'm making that sound worse than it actually is. But we don't want her to get surprised because I'm busy, Grump is busy, Shay's outside, so we don't want Shay to come running in the house and surprise Kinsey. So for now, Kinsey's in the bedroom. Thank you for asking. Oh, okay. We are all a little crazy. I think crazy is healthy. We're all crazy. Yeah, so Sam and Chanya's pretty much said it at the same time. We're all a little crazy, and Kimberly. All a little crazy at the same time. I'm having my tea. My daughter got me a cup that says introvert, but I think I'm anything but I do have my days. Soul contracts, anybody know what they are? Show of hands. Why we have them, who we have them with, how we have them, what the whole point of a soul contract is. Show of hands. I know what a soul contract is. I know that I wrote it. I know that my soul participated in writing my soul contract. Tanya, here. Rochelle, yep. I tell Rochelle she took the advanced course. Sometimes, some lifetimes, we kind of go along real slow. Things are just kind of but then some of us are like, I'm going to do the advanced course. I'm going to jump from kindergarten to college. Shit. Okay. Mary Hamilton, enlighten me, please. Hi, Carolyn. Miss Denise. Commitment made between two souls before receiving a body. It's actually, that is a great explanation. However, it's more than two souls. You have a soul contract with rocks, crystals. Oh, I hear your body. Your body. You have a soul contract with your body. Well, you've chosen your body. You pick it out. You decide what you're going to look like. You decide what your parents are going to look like. You decide who they're going to be. And then we all get together and like, okay, this is how I'm going to do it. I'm going to do that. I'm going to be this for you, but I'm going to be it in this body. And then I'm going to look like this, and you're going to look like this, and we're going to live here. We might move around. We might stay in the same place. You might not be a great parent. I might not be a great kid. All of that is part of our lessons. And I've been kind of posting things the last 2 days to kind of talk about that a little bit. And I think once we understand, I know for me, when I started to understand these things, it kind of was like, oh, shit, that actually makes sense. And I could look back at the lessons in my lifetime and say, okay, I see how that helped me to do this, or I see how this helped me to do this. So it kind of took the sting away, because at first I was just pissed. Like, this is fucking stupid. And I didn't get it. So get it. It just kind of took the sting away. It does have a lot to do with karma. Karma's neither good nor bad. So when people say karma is going to get you, well, that's usually the law of attraction. It's going to bite you in the ass. Karma is more of a balancer. So I think of it as like a diary for your life. So for your next life, okay, let's open that book. What did I do in this lifetime? Oh shit, I did this. Oh, so guess what? I need to understand what that feels like. So when I come back, I might have this experience. And then, oh, hold on, I'm reading. How do you discover what your contract is? So there's a few ways. So that's a great question. So let's hold on to that one for a sec. Anyone, we have responsibilities to here on this. So Carmen is, okay. So yeah, so she's responding. She said we have soul contract with another. Absolutely. And we have soul contracts with multiple people, with anybody who's in your lifetime. You guys have a soul contract with me. I have a soul contract with you. So if I'm triggering you, well, there's a good chance there's something that's coming up that needs to be looked at. So my soul would have said, okay, I'm going to be that asshole, and I'm going to piss you off today. You're welcome. But hopefully you get the gist of it. What happens if you meet the terms of your contract early? I just heard denial. They're ongoing contracts. And sometimes what my guides are saying is sometimes when we when we do everything we needed to do, then we can choose to cross. Okay. However, that's going to scare a lot of people. And I myself will tell you, I was like, I'm not doing it. I'm not finishing anything because I need to stick. But they're saying that doesn't always happen. So don't let that terrify you. So if that causes questions, bring them on. So odds are usually pretty good, though, that things don't get fulfilled the way that they needed to. Actually, my guide is telling me that's not always the case. Things I have to ask ego to step aside. My journey, different aspects, fulfillment is necessary. They're saying we don't always walk away unscathed. Well, we know this to be true. But on a soul level, we need to know that we're all safe, and they're talking about how while it feels painful here in the physical body, that is human judgment. And they said I hear the word requirement. I'm like, you mean we're required to feel shit? That's awesome. That's awesome. Okay, so I kind of digressed on that. That was interesting. So if you guys have questions, go ahead and bring them on. What happens if you I already answered that one, kind of, sort of. So if you finish what you were supposed to, if. That's really interesting. I kind of got off track there. So, Fallon, I need more information. So if you finished what you were supposed to, and then comma if, and I don't know if you left some of that off or if I'm just not understanding. Hi, Cam. Happy solstice. Hi, Kimberly. Today is officially the longest day of the year. I hope you guys are getting out there and enjoying it. A lot of shifts coming, they said. A lot of shifts coming under this energy. Bringing on challenges for some, celebration for others. I don't know what the candy store is, but I'm like, it's like a kid in a candy store. So, oh, I do know what that is. So it's about celebrating. Make sure you're celebrating each and every moment. So if we have finished here, she asked again, let me pull this up here. So if we finished what we were supposed to do and say we have an accident, you decide to move on. Yeah, you absolutely can. Those are called exit points, by the way. Is anybody familiar with exit points? We can choose to leave. Like, okay, my soul, I can do more work on the other side. And this is a touchy subject too, but I have seen this happen as well, where the soul will say, my work here in the physical was done. So I felt like I could do more on the other side. So the soul will choose to opt out so that they can help. And I saw my own son did that. His soul did that, which is hard to, hard to kind of grasp. It's like, what the fuck? Okay. So I am trying just to do, tonight's topic is soul contracts. So that's what we're looking at tonight. Okay. So if you have questions about that, please feel free to ask. Okay. That's actually, hi, Kylie Ray. Hi, Haley. Vicky, hi. Okay, so I feel like my dad came back to me that I have seen that happen as well. I oddly get it more for grandparents coming back, but I've seen parents come back too. Okay. So if you feel that in your heart, I would trust that because there's a reason that you feel it. It could be on a soul level, that soul contract that you had with your dad. Like, okay, so I'm going to opt out. I'm going to come back and maybe he had more work to do. I believe we have hundreds of lifetimes, if not thousands. Okay. Valid. That I think I had one, but I'm not sure. I never knew who to ask. You think you had one what? And I probably should remember that, but I don't. You had one what? Just say, Melissa, I thought I had a blah. And so exit points, yes, they're built into our soul contract. So when we're up there, oh, I'm going to do this and I'm going to do this. Okay, this is an opportunity that I can leave or my soul can stay around. Some people maybe get into a car accident and what would have killed one person, another person survived it. Why is that? God up there picking and choosing? Absolutely not. That is the individual soul making those choices. Okay. Hi, Smiley Kylie. Samantha, the challenge is so heavy right now, celebrating, but it's such a hard challenge to take a day at a time. Don't bite off everything. Just take pieces at a time, sweet soul. It's Carmen. It's like a friendship that is no longer. It happens for the appropriate time. Yeah, it's absolutely right. Yep. Okay. Valid and exit point. Yeah, we all have them. We all build them into our souls. into our soul contracts. We all build them into this existence. So I actually had one when I was 6 years old. Actually, I was probably a little bit younger than that, maybe 5. I fell off a raft in a lake in California while we were on vacation. All the adults were somewhere else, and a gentleman swam over and saved me because I was splashing around. But I do believe that was an exit point for myself. That my soul could have said, "Yep, I'm out. I'm out." Oh, sweetheart. Okay. We have numerous contracts, Carmen. Absolutely. So my son just looks like his dad. They have the same smile. Looks like my dad. Sorry, he took his life 9 years ago. My son is 2. You're very welcome, honey. The thing is most of us have a really good idea of what's going on. We just don't trust ourselves, or we've been told that's crazy. Don't trust yourself. That's bullshit. You're nuts. Yeah, life is stranger than fiction, you guys. Life is so much stranger than fiction. Okay. You can't make up some of the shit. You just can't. It's like, really? Cam's saying, Cam said, yeah, exit points. I've had yeah, we do. We build them in. Can we choose to not return to Earth? I actually, but that's a great question. But that question is based on the human, not on the soul. So do you see where I'm going with that? Like the human's like, I'm out. But the soul is like, no, I've got a lot to do. I've got work that needs to be done. So that's why we come back. It's the soul. I think the human would be like, I don't want to do this anymore. But the soul sees the growth and the potential and how much we have to learn here. Okay. So, and I think most of us are like, I don't want to do this shit again. Okay. I want to say we have to complete 50% of our karmic, uh, of the karma. We have to clear 50%, at least 50%. It can be higher than that, my guide said, of our karma before we no longer have to incarnate. Okay. And I feel sort of like karma is used against us, so to speak, so that we do have to keep coming back. Okay. Tammy, that was a great question, by the way. Mary, there seems to be no love involved with any of this. Oh, no, that's not true at all. It's all love. That's not true. All this talk about soul contracts seems to involve pain, outright anguish, soul lessons. All sounds disconnected from being human, and it's absolutely not. You couldn't be further from the truth. And I feel a little pokey, and I apologize for that. But it is all about love. That's why we're here. On Earth, we have polarity. We don't have that on the other side. We don't have the black and the white, the gray, the yes, the no. We don't have this kind of energy. And so that's why we choose to incarnate. So, and it is complete love. And that's what we're here to learn. That is why we're here to learn and to help evolve our soul, because we learn good stuff through the bad experience. We learn love through seeing horrible stuff like, oh my God. So that's how we learn. So I disagree with all of that, but that's your side of it. That's what you see. I get it. But it's not cold. It's not cold at all. It's with great love and respect for another soul to say, I will do this for you because I love you so much. I will come to this earth and I will help you learn this lesson. There is not a bit of hate in that. That is pure love. That's a blessing. So when we reunite on the other side, there's a lot of, okay, I didn't like having to do that. I love you so much. So please know this isn't dark. This isn't evil. That's pure love. Okay. So most of the time I feel like my soul is lost and I feel like I'm hanging out here alone. I think that the energy that's what we're going through right now, what we're experiencing right now, will absolutely leave most of us feeling like we're lost and we're stuck. That's where meditation will really come in and kind of help you, because it brings you inside. If you can go into deep state meditation, you can really connect with your guides too, and you can connect with your loved ones. Okay. And I've said that recently, and I had a few women who were upset with me for that. Like, full of shit, I'm lying. No, you really can. You don't have to be a medium in order to connect. We're all mediumistic. You can talk to your loved ones. You absolutely can. I was gonna go blow my nose and I was like, well, maybe I shouldn't go blow honking it. So Kylie, I feel into the river, got sucked under. Oh, I fell into a river, got sucked under a log, and I don't know how I made it out. Someone watching over me. Absolutely. Guides and angels and loved ones too. You have a whole team on the other side, and you set that up before you come into this earth as well. That's part of your soul contract. Who's gonna stay behind and watch over you, who's gonna guide you, who's gonna assist you. And they're usually your guides are usually beings, people, souls who were with you in other lifetimes. And you have probably stayed behind in a lifetime and watched over them, guided them. Okay. What about people who made terrible, almost downright evil decisions? That's a yeah. So if we're learning here on earth, and that comes in many different ways, if you think about it, your greatest lessons have come from your most difficult challenges. And also the energy that was being supported at the time. Um, um, there's some really horrible things that have happened, and there's some people who have done really horrible things to millions of people that's affected millions of people. And I do sometimes think those souls surrendered. They had to in order to do what they did. That's probably going to be a little bit before I can get to the level where I can understand some of that, because that still traumatizes me as well. Okay. Kimberly says, I had an exit point during a routine surgery. I can remember meeting with deceased loved ones and guides under anesthesia where I was given a choice to stay. I love that. And that's actually common. A lot of people have that type of situation. It's like a near-death experience where they're getting ready to die, and they'll go through and they'll see their guides, or they'll see angels or other beings that are there to watch over them. How do we know if we have a soul contract with somebody who has passed? I hope that my mother, hold on, I'm going to post this, hun. With someone who has passed, I hope that I have my mother-in-law with me through the journey of being. Okay, so are you thinking if you don't have you have a soul contract with her if you married her son? So if you have a soul contract with your animals, you have a soul contract, I wouldn't say with your clothes. I don't know about that, but you have a soul contract with everything that is in your life. Places, people, things, items. You have contracts with all of that. Okay. I hope that answered your question, honey. Carla, hello. Deb, my daughter was supposed to be born on my mom's birthday. She was born on her grandfather's birthday, actually. She's been gone 44 years. Similar styles, etc. I thought it was genetic. This puts a new explanation to the similarities. They can absolutely, yep, they absolutely can choose to do that. That's a cute profile picture. You're adorable. When your body dies, does your soul go through a life review with your guides and your team? Yes, not a review of your life through your eyes. Right. It's not through the human's eyes. It's through the souls, But from the perspective of the soul you are in a contract with, then you decide how you are going to fix shit, write a contract, or carry unfinished ones in the next body. So yes, when we leave, this is programming. This might trigger some, but this is programming. Think of it as your avatar. Seriously, we're floating on a globe. We're floating on a ball of dirt in the universe. Do you really think we can't have done this more than once? I'm serious. So there's that. But yeah, think of this as our avatar, our programming. And when we leave our physical body, we go through our subconscious and we work through all of that programming, because that does take place too. And then once we get through that programming, we move into our soul, our life review. where we meet up with our guides and our angels, and we look at everything from this lifetime. Okay? This may take a bit for some of you to digest. Mary is having a hard time with this. Honey, I get it. I get it. I had a really hard time when my son passed away, thinking, how the F could he have gone when there's, like you just said, suffering and I see no benefit? Higher self, honey. I would just say spend some time in meditation and sit with it and seriously sit with it. Carol Jarrett, that's a great question. She's asking if she's completed 50% of her contract. And I think what you're meaning is, have you cleared the 50% of your karma? I do feel like you have work to do. But I do get this like downhill, like you've done the climb and now you're starting to get to a much better place. So that's really beautiful. And yes, we have soul contracts with animals too. Yes, we do. Animals are here to help us, to help guide us. Animals have a much higher vibration than we humans do. Much higher vibration. Okay. Carla, I talk to my dead loved ones all the time. I love that, and they will respond. But sometimes we get so stuck on, oh, they have to say this. I mean, I did a reading for somebody, and they were like, "Well, my dad would have said this." Well, all right. So don't limit, and don't. I would say, I don't want to say lower your expectations, but I would also say be open to the process. Be open to the information that they do provide you. Be open. So maybe you get this feeling that your dad's with you, and maybe he does have a message for you today. And maybe it's like, don't drive so fast down that road, or make sure you're stopping twice. You know, and it could be superficial, like that kind of stuff, or it could be really deep stuff too. Like you're holding on to a lot of anger, and it's time to really look at that. So pay attention to how you're feeling as well. So Sue says, so she lost a dear friend, John, and she said she feels like he was her soulmate. He has been lost, and she's felt lost since he's passed. That's grief, sweetheart. That's grief. And the only way through that is to feel it and to look at it and to allow yourself to process it, but also to remember it's okay to enjoy your life. And sometimes that's hard, especially in those beginning stages. Okay. Graham. Carmen says, we are teachers, supporters, mentors for others, and balance those people. Yes, we sure are. Have you ever done something out of character for yourself or said something to somebody and thought, holy what the hell? That's not something I would normally say to somebody. You were a lesson. You were a messenger that day. Okay. Deanna's asking about Akashic Records. So that is basically, I like to refer to it as the Library of Congress, but on a much deeper, bigger, huger, grander scale, where you have access to all of the information from whatever has been. That's what the Akashic Records are. Oh, Miranda. Seems like a depressing, yeah. Yeah, it does. Okay. I could be wrong, but I think she might be referring to Mary's comment. It's like, oh, that's just awful. No, it sounds like it, but it's not. I'm wondering, with all the deaths from COVID-19, do you believe they all had that? Yes, I do. That they all had it listed as an exit point? Yes, I do. I personally don't really believe in mistakes. Don't really. Like I threw that in there. I don't really believe. I think things happen for a reason, and I don't think that we're whisked away without some sort of this is coming up. I know. I know. But I think that those things are also to teach us so that we can make changes. Like little children who come in, and I'm not a real fan of the diagnosis ADD or ADHD or things like that. I think those children are incarnate in order to help us make changes. I think our system is kind of screwy. And I think we try to fit our littles into this box And the reason those children are incarnating is to teach us to morph with them and to help instead of trying to control and fit them into the box. Gotta fit in this fucking box. Gotta fit the. No. Change, shift. You take a kindergartner, a dear friend of mine, and I've talked about this often, but a dear friend of mine when I was still working, a coworker, I should say, her son was put in a special program. He really struggled because he was a little hyper and had a lot of energy. Woo-hoo! A lot of boys do, a lot of kids do in general. So because he struggled to sit still, they took his recess away from him. Worst effing thing you can do to a little kid. They need to move. They don't need to be restricted. So we need to do better. We need to do better. And I think those babies are coming in to help us do that. We've got to make some plans. We got to adjust. Got to figure some shit out. Okay. Nana, I just joined, and my question is, I was told before that the same souls remain connected in future lives. If this is in fact true, can you tell me if they continue to carry the same energy or the negative? No, they wouldn't carry the same energy, maybe similar. There are some things like maybe if they died in a really horrible way, or maybe they were accused of a murder in a past life and that never got settled, they may come in this life and have to deal with that again. So some things do carry over. That's karma. That's where karma comes in. But their personalities are going to be different. You can be male or female. Okay. Literally, the soul is genderless. So the human is where, okay, I'm going to come into the life in this body so that I can have this experience. Does that make sense? So that was a great question, by the way. But no, we're not going to have the same personalities. In fact, how we draw our first breath, like whether we're Scorpio or Aquarius or Gemini or Libra or Sagittarius, whatever sign, okay, our first breath is kind of where that imprint comes from and our location. It's all planned. All of that is planned. Okay. Would my husband's passing be part of my? Yeah, it absolutely would. I don't believe he wanted to die so young. Oh, honey, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Yes, those deaths are part of their soul contract. I was going to talk about my son's suicide. So, suicide. Why would I choose to lose a child to suicide? What in the effing hell would I learn from something like that? It was devastating. It almost killed me. It made me want to made me want to kill other people. It was pretty devastating time in my life. And I throw myself under the bus because why would we sign up for that? There are lessons that we learn, and it could be karma too. It could be I took somebody's life in a past life. So in this lifetime, I needed to understand what that felt like to have that taken from me. Okay. Does that resonate? Does anybody understand that? Oh, I see. Well, for me, falling in a dream, when you start to fall as you're falling asleep, it's just moving into another existence, another realm. It's like you're leaving. Poop, poop, gonna go somewhere else right now. Yes, yeah, I guess I read that wrong on here, but yes, coming back into your body, I buy that. Yes. Kimberly, have I done the climb? I hear work to do, honey, work to do. And I feel like you're kind of getting there though. Feels like you're leveling out. Cam, a deceased. Oh, I'm going to have to go here in a little bit, but I'll try to get to more. A deceased friend came to see me in my dreams night before last. It was incredible. I love that visitation, and they will do that as well. You will know because it will feel so real. You will be like, that was not a dream. And then our mouths aren't moving either, so pay attention to that. The mouth isn't moving. You're having this connection, but it's not through talking. Hi, Cindy. Kendra. An old soul means you've been around the block. That's a great question, by the way. So having an old soul means that you've you've lived before many, many, many times, and you've had many experiences. So this isn't a surprise to you. It's like, oh, I've been here. I've been around. Hi, Donna. Tanya. They did that to my son, also put him in a tiny room by himself to do homework, and it is terrible. Absolutely. And I think, like I said, they're here to make changes. Okay. Hi, Jennifer, Melissa. The more I've learned about soul contracts, it's really helped to me, especially concerning the passing of my son. Oh, sweetheart. Learning that we made a contract with each other to go through this. He chose me to be his mom, and I chose him, even though I have experienced his pain in this realm. It's all about love for each other. It is learning and evolving, and it is love. It is absolutely love. Oh, honey. And Derek is my son, and Rochelle has become a friend, so a dear friend. Who's also going through a really horrific loss in her own life right now. And, personally, I think the reason, because I've had some pretty undesirable experiences, unwanted, unfriendly, pretty interesting experiences throughout my life. And I believe wholeheartedly that I set that up so that I could help others with their experiences. I absolutely do. Oh, honey, from experience of a very difficult life and some things not budging, evolving despite a huge amount of work on my part. So yes, not on board with the idea that suffering equals growth. Something that I, as a former Catholic, reject. But I do appreciate your, even though we're not on, that's okay, honey. We don't have to agree. You don't have to agree with me, and I don't have to agree with you. I think it's interesting how we've come to this place in our world that we think we can only be friends with people who agree with us. That's when you push each other to evolve and expand, is by the disagreements, by seeing, oh, that's an interesting viewpoint. I don't like it because it's not exactly like mine. Or it's an interesting viewpoint. I'm going to ponder that. So that's how we push each other. And I think that's important. We're supposed to be moving and constantly. And I will tell you, if you would have asked me any of this stuff 10 years ago, yes. 20, no. I thought I was going to be a clinician. I was training horses, giving riding lessons. I thought that's what I was going to do with my life. I thought I was going to quit my job in marketing and I would be a full-time clinician. I had started traveling a little bit. I'd started working with I'd been working with people's horses, but I started doing clinics where people were bringing horses to. Anyway, this is not something that I've done my whole life. It has been quite the journey for myself too. And I just, for anybody who's new here, I did put myself in therapy for 2 years because I thought I was losing my shit. So it's been a process. And so I totally understand not seeing it, not understanding it, why we would choose some of the horrific things that we do, or why some people seem to skate through life and others don't. I get it. But again, knowing that we had soul contracts and that there are certain things we're here to learn it took the sting out of it for me. Big time. Okay. All right. Okay. So hi to Leslie and hi to Stacy. And with that, you guys, I'm going to close. I have a subscriber group. If anybody's interested, there's a link on my page. I think if you click on the top, there's a tab that says subscribe. It is $9.99 a month. Facebook sets that up, not me. But I do extended lives. Next week, I'm going to be doing a week-long meditation series in the morning that's going to be recorded and sent to subscribers. So if you would like to join, I would love to have you, and you will get that for free as well. And that's actually, if I did that as a session, it would cost a lot more than the $9.99 a month. So there's that. Anyway, I would love to have you come over. Thank you guys for being here. Thank you for giving me an opportunity to share my little bit of knowledge with you. And I wish you guys a wonderful, wonderful evening. Okay.